Let's be honest. If you crushed the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery, or ASVAB, with a crazy high line score, you're not just another recruit. You've got options. And the Navy? It saves some of its most elite, high-tech, and mentally demanding jobs for people like you. Welcome to the U.S. Military Test Prep channel by Study.com. My name is Dr. Steele. I'm a U.S. Army veteran and an ASVAB test prep expert. In today's video, I'm going to cover everything you need to know about understanding your scores on the ASVAB if you're looking to enlist in the United States Navy. We'll also dive into some of the top Navy aviation ratings or jobs you can qualify for with high line scores. Let's get into it. The ASVAB has 9 or 10 subtests, depending on if you're taking the paper or computerized version. These subtests check out your knowledge in different areas like general science, arithmetic reasoning, word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, and mathematics knowledge. The other areas are electronics information, auto and shop information, mechanical comprehension, and assembling objects. You'll get a standard score for each of the subtests. So what's the standard score? It's basically how you stack up against the other test takers your age, specifically 18 to 23-year-olds in the United States. The average score is a 50, and the scoring system is built around that. 50 is your baseline, and a 10-point difference shows how far above or below average you are. So a 60, above average. A 40, below average. It's that simple. Higher scores show off your strengths in certain areas, which can be a game changer for landing specific military jobs. You'll also get a percentile rank. This shows how your performance compares to others. For instance, a percentile rank of 75 means you scored better than 75% of standard test takers. Here's where it gets a little more customized. Once you're eligible to enlist, the Navy will use your ASVAB scores to determine what kind of job you're best suited for within the service. These jobs are determined using composite scores, also called line scores. These are created by combining your standard scores from various subtests that are relevant to specific military jobs. Each job, or Navy rating, has a minimum composite score requirement in one or more areas. For example, a technical job would look at your math and science scores, while a mechanical role will care more about your understanding of mechanics and tools. Your composite scores really dictate what jobs you qualify for, so they're worth paying attention to. Take Air Traffic Controlman, or AC. This role is high pressure and fast paced. You're literally directing aircraft, keeping pilots safe in the sky and on the deck. To qualify, you'll need a line score of 220. And there are two ways to hit it. One route is VE plus AR plus MK plus MC, which stands for verbal expression, arithmetic reasoning, math knowledge, and mechanical comprehension. Verbal expression is formed by adding together your word knowledge and paragraph comprehension scores. The other path swaps in coding speed, or CS, for arithmetic reasoning. So it's VE plus MK plus MC plus CS. Either way, it's a tough combo to hit, and for good reason. Now, if you've got insane analytical skills and maybe even a knack for languages, the Cryptologic Technician Interpretive rating, also known as CTN/ATF, is calling your name. This role is all about interpreting foreign communications, and a line score needed? A massive 235. One scoring method uses AR plus 2MK plus GS, that's arithmetic reasoning, double math knowledge, and general science. The other method looks at VE plus AR plus MK plus MC, which really shows off your overall cognitive horsepower. This rating isn't just elite, it's one of the few where fluency in a foreign language might actually get you fast-tracked. Then there's Electronics Technician, or ET. You're working with cutting-edge gear, systems, and networks. To qualify, you need a score of 223 using AR plus MK plus EI plus GS. So that's arithmetic reasoning, math knowledge, electronics information, and general science. This role requires precision and deep technical knowledge, so a high score makes total sense. And if you're thinking submarine life is more your speed, then Sonar Technician Submarine Rating, or STS, is another big one. You'll be interpreting sound waves underwater, tracking ships, and handling classified acoustic tech. You can qualify with a 222 using the same formula as ET, which was AR plus MK plus EI plus GS, or by using VE plus AR plus MK plus MC. Either way, you need a brain built for systems thinking and quick analysis. Your Armed Forces Qualifying Test, or AFQT score, might be the most important score. It decides whether you can enlist at all. Each branch sets its own minimum score, so you have to clear that bar to move forward. The AFQT comes from a combination of your scores on 4 key subtests. These are arithmetic reasoning, which has basic math word problems, mathematics knowledge, which includes a variety of math concepts. The third subtest is word knowledge, which tests vocabulary and word meanings. And finally, paragraph comprehension, which measures how well you can understand written materials. Your AFQT score is a percentile ranking, meaning if you score a 60, you did better than 60% of standard test takers. Each military branch has its own standards. Let's talk numbers and take a closer look at the minimum AFQT score you need to enlist in each branch of the military. You'll need a high school diploma or GED to qualify for any branch of the military. The required scores vary, though, based on which you have. If you've passed the GED exam, you'll need to aim for a score of at least 50 for all branches. With a high school diploma, you'll need a minimum score of 31 for the Air Force, Marines, Navy, and Army. The Coast Guard requires a minimum score of 32. If your AFQT score is higher than the minimum, that's great. This opens up additional job options, potentially more career growth, and maybe even some bonuses. Whether you've already taken the ASVAB and your scores aren't where they need to be yet, or you're still prepping, I'm here to give you some steps you can take to improve your scores and better position yourself for the military jobs you want. First, pinpoint both your strong and weak areas. If you haven't yet taken the ASVAB, taking a practice test can zero in on what you know and what you don't. Look at which subtests brought your score down and which ones you excelled in. While it's important to address the weaker areas to meet minimum requirements, excelling in your strong areas can offset a lower score in other sections. This balance can improve your overall test outcome, especially for composite scores or percentile rankings. Next, study smarter. Spend more time on the sections you struggled with. Using good study resources can make a big difference. Study.com's ASVAB test prep resources can help with personalized plans and practice tests to get you on track. In fact, 92% of users pass the ASVAB after prepping with Study.com. If you feel like you know a topic well, do some practice problems and quiz yourself. If you're still missing a lot, go back and review the lesson until you're confident you know the material. A solid prep plan can boost your score. You can retake the ASVAB. You'll need to wait 30 days between your first 2 retakes. After that, it's a 6-month wait if you want to try again. So use the time you have to your advantage. Also, keep in mind you can use your ASVAB scores for up to 2 years to enlist. Make sure you plan accordingly. If you do need to retake the ASVAB, consider using Study.com's ASVAB study guide and test prep resources and zero in on what you need to study. And remember, even if you don't get the score you need for the role you want, there might be other military jobs that would be a good fit for you. The goal is to maximize your strengths. So, if your ASVAB line scores are off the charts, don't settle for just any job. These Navy ratings are challenging, technical, and come with serious responsibility. They also come with some big-time respect and some amazing career opportunities. Talk to your recruiter, explore your options, and aim high because your scores just open the door to some of the most elite paths in the Navy. If this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment with any questions or topics you want us to cover, and don't forget to subscribe for more U.S. military test prep content. I'll see you in the next video. You've got this.